The Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined is finally about to release this Saturday, February 17th in full family sizing. And in today's video, I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on this release. We're going to talk about the stock numbers, how hard it's going to be to cop, and towards the end of the video, I'll give you some resale predictions. Now, the Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined is probably the most hyped release maybe since the Air Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Founds, and that release had somewhere in the neighborhood of 400,000 pairs, and as you guys know, that release was really crazy, right? And a lot of people took L's on that shoe, and we've been hearing rumors about these having somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 pairs, but we don't really know what that means. Does that mean just on the Nike Sneakers app? Does that mean retailers and the Nike Sneakers app? Does that mean worldwide? But I will tell you this, when people have been telling me in my comment section when they check with their local stores that there's a whole bunch of pairs of these, like stores that normally only get like 36 pairs or somewhere in the neighborhood of like 75 to 120 pairs just in store alone. I mean, this is a major GR. This is expected to have a ton of pairs across retailers. The one thing about this shoe though is that it's a OG colorway, right? It's one of the best Air Jordan 4s of all time. And I know basically everyone, especially you guys in my comment section, people that rock with me heavy, a lot of you guys are copping multiple pairs, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs. You know what I'm saying? So even though the stock is expected to be real high, this is not going to be an easy sneaker to pick up. Hopefully at this point in the game, you know, you guys have been putting in your raffles or even secured them on like JD or Finish Line or something like that. And with the release, you know, basically just right around the corner, you know, a lot of people might just be relying on the Nike Sneakers app. And yeah, you can probably put it on the Sneakers app and you might get lucky and hit 1 pair, maybe 2 pairs if you have multiple accounts or something like that. But there's going to be people that take L's on this sneaker on release day. Now, when you think about the possible 500,000 pairs that are out there, I actually kind of feel like it's a lot more right now. I mean, even if you look at, you know, they dropped over in other parts of the world already, and there was a whole bunch of pairs. And if you look at the resale market, before they dropped in like Australia and things like that, this was a $400 shoe. And then once those pairs dropped, the prices came down pretty dramatically, right? I mean, right now, this is basically, I would say like around a $300 sneaker right now. So basically it went down like a whole $100 just because it dropped in, you know, several parts of the world. I actually feel like there's more than 500,000 pairs, you know, whenever you take a look at whatever the Nike Sneakers app might have, and they're probably going to have a lot, and the retailers like JD and Finish Line seem to put out a bunch of pairs, and then, you know, the other boutiques and, you know, mom and pop shops, they're doing, you know, raffles and things like that right now. There seems to be probably a lot of pairs. If you guys remember, for the Royal Reimagined, they dropped like 750,000 just on the Nike Sneakers app alone. You know, so Nike and Jordan Brand, like, they know that these reimagined sneakers are really, you know, I guess popular, and people are tending to pick them up. That one just sort of tanked, you know, people didn't really like it. But this one right here, you know, Jordan Brand knows that this is, you know, an iconic classic shoe that everybody wants to pick up. So I kind of feel like there's going to be a lot of pairs, but that does not mean that everybody's guaranteed to get one. Now, I do really feel like this sneaker is going to sell out basically in the first day, but that doesn't mean that you won't be able to get pairs like later on this weekend, right? Not everybody's going to go pick up all 10 of their raffle W's and things like that, you know what I mean? So if you happen to take an L on release day, you know, I would definitely check in with your local stores just to see if people picked up all their pairs come, you know, Sunday or Monday morning or something like that. Not everybody goes and picks their pairs up. A lot of people enter basically all the raffles, and then they pick up whatever they want or whatever they can afford, and then they do leave some behind. So I definitely wouldn't recommend, you know, if you take an L on the sneaker or whatever, just hurrying up and going to GOAT or eBay or something like that and just panic buying. I would definitely sort of wait it out a little bit, see if you can get them for retail at one of your local stores, or waiting it out a week or two once these hundreds of thousands of pairs actually touch down on people's porches, and see where the market lays. And we're going to get into resale predictions in a minute. The worst thing you could do is panic buy just right off top. You know what I mean? You don't want to, you know, take your L at 10 a.m. and then by noon, you know what I mean, like you're paying the high, because that's when it's going to be at its highest point past going into the release. Especially if something crazy like on the Nike Sneakers app happens, where the app breaks or just gets overloaded and people get signed out, you know, this release could, you know, get crazy. But I kind of feel like this is going to go a little bit more smoothly than the Lost and Found Air Jordan 1 did, but it's going to have that same amount of attention. It's going to have the same amount of people sort of crowding up the server. So anything is possible when it comes to the Nike Sneakers app. You definitely don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and just, you know, hope that you get a W there. You know what I mean? But as far as resale predictions go for this sneaker, I mean, basically right now, if you just sort of average out all the sizes, it's like a $300 shoe, you know, maybe cheaper in like the smaller sizes, and then gradually they go up. Once the sneaker drops, you know, and people start getting pairs in hand and things like that, and the market sort of, I guess, the dust settles and the market like sets to where it's going to be at for a second, I kind of feel like it's going to be like a $260 to $300 shoe in like some of the smaller sizes, and maybe like $300 to $325 in like the bigger sizes. You know what I mean? It's going to be a sneaker that everybody wants, you know, whether they pay retail for it or they got to pay resale for it. The Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined is just that it's sneaker right now. Everybody got to have it. It's a strong contender for sneaker of the year. I don't know if it's going to be sneaker of the year by the time we get to the end of the year. You know, we got the Air Jordan 4 Military Blues dropping. We got a ton of really nice looking shoes coming out. A lot of shoes that people really want. 2024 is loaded. So, you know, who knows if it's going to be sneaker of the year. I don't know if people are going to feel like that, you know, come December about this one right here. But I know right now, this is that it's sneaker for the moment. And, you know, you can't go wrong with an Air Jordan 4 Bred. It's so iconic and such a classic. So, you know, don't panic by the sneaker. You know, wait it out 1 to 2 weeks if you take it out and see where you're at, unless you can get them for retail at one of your local stores. And I just want to wish you all the best of luck copping this sneaker. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And that's just, you know, my 2 cents on the Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined. But guys, I'd like to thank you all for your time, your attention, and all the support you guys always show me. We're on that road to 20K. We're doing a sneaker giveaway at $15,000 for any sneaker, any size, up to $500 in value. So if you're new to the channel or you haven't yet already subscribed, man, you could really help out the channel by hitting that subscribe button. I love you guys, man. I'll see you in the next video real soon. I'm out. Peace. For more sneaker content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.